Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So hope all of you are doing well, and in this video I am going to practice some of the questions from subject verb agreement. And in my previous two videos I have already discussed around 11 to 12 rules on subject verb agreement. So in this video I am here with some of the questions so that the topic gets more easier to you to understand. So without delay, let's start. Okay. So in first question, in the question number 1, the sentence is the grass are getting long. The grass are getting long. So I think already you have found the mistake. So if you notice in this first sentence, the subject is grass. Subject is grass, and as grass is uncountable noun. Uncountable noun. And I already discussed in one of the rules that uncountable nouns always take singular verb, not the plural verb. So the answer will be is. The grass is. Okay, not the grass are getting long, but the grass is getting long. Okay. Now let's go to the second example. The poor is not always dishonest. The poor is not always dishonest. This poor, the subject poor, is referring to adjective, right? And before the adjective, I have used the. So I told in one of my rules that if we add the before any adjectives to refer the whole group or to the whole community, then it takes the verb into plural, not in singular. So here the subject is, here the verb is in singular form. So here is the mistake. Then the correct answer will be the poor are. The poor are, because we are talking about the whole community or the whole group of members who come under poor, okay, or who are considered as poor. Then poor are not always dishonest. Okay, so this is the right answer. Okay. In the next example, you can see Ram and Shyam is two brothers. Ram and Shyam is two brothers. So if you notice, Ram is singular and Shyam is also singular, but they are joined by a conjunction and hence the subject become what? The subject become plural. As the subject is plural, means Ram and Shyam, we are referring them together. Okay, that's why the answer will not be is, but it will be in plural form. So the answer would be Ram and Shyam are Ram and Shyam are two brothers. Okay. Next, in the fourth, they knows their duty very well. The subject is they, right? Subject is they, and this is plural. So the verb will also be in plural. Then knows is singular or plural. Knows is singular or plural. I had already told in my previous video that verb plus s or es is equal to singular. Singular. As goes, drives, plays, etc. These are the singular. In the same way, knows is singular, but we can't use knows because the subject is in plural form. As the subject is in plural form, that's why the answer will be in plural. Hence, s will be erased. Okay, and the answer will be no. Okay, the answer will be no instead of knows. No, no. Okay. Next, in the fifth example, you can see the sentence is someone are waiting at the door. Someone are waiting at the door. then someone. Then can you say that here we are referring to any singular person or any single person or many or more than one person? Okay, then someone basically is referring to a single person. Okay, as I told in one of my rule that if we get words like every, each, some, then someone, okay, then at that time we need to use the verb into singular, not in plural. So the mistake is here, and the answer will be someone is waiting. Someone is waiting at the door. Okay. So let's go to the sixth example. So the sixth question is Rahim have arrived at the station. Okay, Rahim, the subject is Rahim, and we are talking about a singular subject or singular, a single boy whose name is Rahim. Okay, so as we are talking about, or you can simply, you can say, as the subject is in singular, that's why the verb will also be in singular. And we know that have is not singular, but have basically refers to plural form, plural form. And as the subject is in singular, that's why we can't put the verb into plural. So the answer will be has. Rahim has arrived at the station. Okay, in the same way, in the next example, Rohan know very well his responsibility. So Rohan is in singular, and the verb know is not singular. So the verb know is basically a plural. That's why we need to put a s with it. S. So the answer will be Rohan knows very well his responsibility. Okay, because knows refer to always singular, singular. Okay, and Rohan is in also singular form. Next, in the eighth example, economics are taught by him. Economics are taught by him. So, economics is the name of a subject. Okay, economics is name of a subject. So, as this is the name of a subject, then this is singular. This is singular. Hence, the verb will also be in singular, not in plural. So, the answer will be, I think you have already guessed. So the answer will be is. Is. Economics is taught by him. Okay. Next, in the ninth example, each girl have won the prizes. Each girl have won the prizes. So here the subject is each girl. Each girl. Each always refers to means one by one. Okay, and hence each girl refers to basically a singular subject. Okay, and as the subject is in singular, so the answer will also be in sorry, the verb will also be in singular form. So have is not the right one. The right form is has. So the final answer is each girl has won the prizes. Okay. Next and last for today, the poor deserves some respect. Okay. In the last, I think last fourth or fifth example, I had included such same question. So in this question, you are seeing that poor. Okay. And before poor, and poor is an adjective. Poor is an adjective, and before an adjective we have added the, okay, article the. That's why the poor is basically referring to the whole group of the poor members. Okay, or whole members of members who comes under poor. Okay, as the subject is in plural form, okay, then the verb will also be in plural form. So the answer will be deserve instead of deserves. So the answer is deserve. This is the right answer. Okay, some respect. So This is it for today, and I will come with the next video with some more examples. Okay, thank you.